Hey guys, it's me Chandrigan and today's video is about Ruan Mei post-release review and including the build recap about her. And as usual, instead we just do a normal review. How about we take one more topic and then we just discuss about it. And the topic is just very simple. Is it like Ruan Mei actually really broken? Because I heard a lot of people say Ruan Mei is broken, especially when she released. People just keep saying she is broken. So is it true? And yeah, of course, this is all my opinion. You can just take it or leave it. So let's get started. So let's start with the positive about Ruan Mei. Ruan Mei is basically a meta buffer. It's just like Bronya equivalent because what she does is most likely useful for the team, especially for the DPS, like the weakness break efficiency, increase the weakness break damage, increase speed, increase resistance penetration, increase the damage. She only doesn't have like the reducing defense. If that plus that Ruan Mei even like broken of broken. But this one also already so broken because it's cover a lot of like buff itself. So because of that, she is basically a meta buffer. And this is still a continuation, which is if you don't have Bronya, having Ruan Mei is such a bless. I am one of the example that doesn't have any Bronya itself, and having Ruan Mei, it feels just like another breeder that finally I can have another good buffer. Like yeah, I have Pela and Tingyun, but don't get me wrong, Tingyun and Pela it's good, but some of the occasion it's pretty hard for me to use, like especially Pela. But with the Ruan Mei itself, it feels more versatile until come to the point like, man, it feels just another step up though for the character like buffer that I have. Which is I think it's good though if you don't have any Bronya. Furthermore, she is flexible in team building because her buff is just so versatile. Every single character, especially DPS, need her buff and it can be utilized and none of them is waste. Like, what character that didn't want like weakness break, damage increase, or like the efficiency? Who doesn't want like speed increase? Most of the character need majority, resistant penetration increase. Most of the character need. So you can just put in any like hyper carry traditional DPS like the Bibitor Lune or Jingliu, or you want like follow-up attacker like Clara, or even like Topaz itself, or you want like Indioti, Kafka, Sampo, it can work because Ruan Mei buff is just so versatile and it works for every single team. So you can just basically put Ruan Mei in any team. And usually this type of character brings so much value. And lastly, she is relatively easy to build because her requirement is just so simple. Weakness break and energy regeneration, that's mostly the most important part, and the rest you can just put like whatever. And in here I will talk a little bit about her build recap. So let's start first with the relic set of Ruan Mei. So basically Ruan Mei have a couple of the sets that equally good, so I will start first with the 4-piece of Thief of Shooting Star, because 2 pieces increase the break effect by 16%, 4-piece increase further the break effect, which is good. And also if you inflict the weakness break, it will regenerate energy, which is still very good for Ruan Mei itself. Other than that, you can go for the variant like me, mix 2-piece of the Thief, and also 2-piece of Messenger, which is increase the speed by 6%. And last one you can go is 4-piece of Messenger, which is will increase your speed for all allies when you use ultimate, which is still pretty much good for your entire team itself. But in the end, the most important that in here is don't forget your balancing of your Ruan Mei set, which is in here the important building in Ruan Mei is your break effect. Make sure it hit 180%. And I say it's minimum 180%. If you can even make more, then just make more. Because people just think like, oh, 180% and that's it. No, if you can make it even more, just make it even more. And other than that, also make sure you have enough speed that not too slow or not too faster from your main DPS, like generally on your main DPS. So it's just like around the same around them. So it will not have hard time for you to configure like every single main DPS. And then let's go with the main set itself. For the main set in here, just go speed because we want like Ruan Mei also to kind of catch up with the main DPS, and usually main DPS really require higher speed. So that's why we put also speed for Ruan Mei to catch up with them. And for the body itself, it's just whatever. You can go HP or defense because in here there's nothing that you will need. If you want to go crit, then sure you can. And then for the planner, also just very free. You can go for HP or defense. And also if you want like maybe ice damage bonus, that's sure. That's why I say building Ruan Mei is just so free. Because you only care about like energy, break effect, and speed. So in here, for sure is energy regeneration rate. Because we want her to ultimate like as fast as she can. That's why we put like ERR in here. And for the planner itself and the link rope, there's a couple of them that you can equip. First, you can use this Binal Koni Land of Dreams because 2-piece will increase their energy regeneration and increased damage for all the characters, which is still good for Ruan Mei. Ruan Mei needs energy, so you can ult faster, right? And increased damage is still very good for Ruan Mei itself. Other than that, you can go with the Atlas. This is still like generally just a good buffer, like Planner and Link Robe itself, which is increase your max HP, good for defensive, and also when you reach speed 120, it will increase attack, which is generally good for your team itself. The last one, you can also go with the Talia Kingdom of Banditry. This is also useful for the Ruan Mei, so it can help you to reach 180% of Ruan Mei break effect, which is in here increase the break effect that's useful for Ruan Mei itself. When you reach also your speed 145 and higher, it will even increase the break effect, which is in here if you have hard time to get like 180% of Ruan Mei, then I really recommend to go with this set. As for your subset, basically you only need speed and break effect. Probably effect rest can be a good additional also for the Ruan Mei, so she cannot get CC, and that's it. For the Lycon, Ruan Mei doesn't have so much Lycon selection. Basically the best one, of course, her signature Lycon itself, which is it gives you the weakness break effect by 60% and also increase the all ally damage by 25%. This is the most crazy one. And also it will regenerate energy, which is useful for Ruan Mei. And second the best, or even can be as good as the signature, which is the Memories of the Past, if you can make the Superimpose 5, of course, because it gives you also weakness break, similar with the signature, and also regenerate energy. It's only that they don't have in here is the like buffing the 28%. So but other than it's pretty much similar, that can be as good even as signature. And I believe like if you reach the Superimpose 5, it can even give more energy, and you can even ult faster with this Lycon compared to the signature, which is that's why I say this can be equally good or a little bit worse in the end. But other than that, if you don't have any of them, then you can just go with the Messingox, because this is basically the one that we need the energy, because at Superimpose 5, this one can give you a lot of energy, which is what we want for Ruan Mei itself. C8 energy can helpful to ultimate as fast as she can. So that's everything about her build. Basically just so easy, right? You only care about break effect and speed most likely, and energy regeneration. The rest is just whatever what you want. So let's talk about negative side about Ruan Mei, but honestly I cannot find any major negative side about Ruan Mei itself, because she's just like a buffer and she does a very good job and just so versatile until come to the point I don't know what her like bad side actually. And then like we cannot really compare with like how she performed with main DPS and solo sustain, because that's not her job, of course. Like you can say, oh, she doesn't provide any enough damage. Like what? That's not her job. Or you can say, oh, she cannot like defend everyone. Like that's not her job, right? So because of that, like you don't find any major issue about her. But probably if I have to force, there's two that quite annoyed me. In the end, this is only spoiled better. So first, the thing that a little bit bothered me, that she doesn't have so much alternative for the Lycon. She basically only have two alternative Lycon besides the signature, and one of them is 3-star Lycon. I didn't say like Messingox is bad, but the problem with these 3-star Lycon always is that they have lower stat. That means also like lower attack and lower like defensive capability or like survivability, so she end up can die if you meet like bad RNG in the high-end game content. So it's quite unfortunate that maybe if you equip like maybe 4-star Lycon you can survive, but because these 3 Lycons that have lower stat, you may end up can die, although the effect's still good. But yeah, it just like doesn't have so much alternative for the Lycons itself, so minimize your like strategy also. And her 4-star Lycon is basically you can only get from gacha, which is if you're unfortunate you don't have this one, it's quite feel like unfortunate. So that's why I say it's a little bit bother me. And the last one, which is I would just say in building Ruan Mei, although it's very easy, it's a little bit hard to balance between your ERR, speed, and break effect, because like you want like her break effect at least 180, but you don't want her also too slow, and you want also like energy regeneration. So sometimes like you need to balance and come to the point. It's quite hard if you want to make it everything perfect. Like in my case, I'm still lacking of 5% of break effect, because I want like my Ruan Mei is not slow and like have enough energy regeneration so she can ult like as fast as she can. But yeah, I sacrifice the break effect in here because I have bad RNG and break effect rolls in the subset itself. So that's why I say in here it's a little bit hard if you want to balance the perfect Ruan Mei build. Now we will talk into the real deal. So is it Ruan Mei really broken like people say? At least this is my opinion, okay? So I mean, in my opinion is that like Honkai Star starting from the release, even from the seller, all of the characters tend to have a very high standard. None of them is bad, and they tend to be even better and better. So I think it's no kind of like surprising if you say like every single character right now is quite broken, especially start for Fushuan. Most of them is already broken right now. The other maybe Trilune, also Jingliu, Argenti that people underestimate turn out to be broken in AoE. Now Ruan Mei, of course all of them is broken, and I feel like in the end, because all of them mostly is broken, it just depends on what you need. So let's say if you need solo sustain, then it's either you choose you want Locha or you want Ho, or you want both of them, or you want like DPS, you want Danari maybe Terone or Jingliu or Argenti, something like that. So in the end, you choose what your need and your preference, because for me all of them is broken, including Ruan Mei. But I get why like Ruan Mei get a little bit hype because her brokenness in the kit, because he's basically just so versatile. To say again, usually this type of character people really like, including me. I like the character, he just like looks so versatile, like come to the point like it feels nonsense. Same like Fushuan. I mean, kind of feel like what the hell, this character is like very hard to die and also give you green rate. What kind of this character? It's impressed me. So same like Ruan Mei itself. So in the end, should you pull for Ruan Mei? I say if you need buffer, then yes, I very recommend to pull Ruan Mei. Especially if you don't have Bronya like me, I really recommend. She really gives you a lot of major boost. Literally like in MOC and a couple of the end game, even Simulated Universe, it's make a lot easier with Ruan Mei right now. I feel like such a blessing because I don't have Bronya, getting Ruan Mei is blessed. So in the end, I would say my verdict, she is a very good character, versatile buffer that most likely, for me, it will probably will bring a good value for the future. At least for quite some time. I can guarantee probably like around like 6 months at least she will be very good. So pretty much that's it about my Ruan Mei post-release review and build recap. I'm sorry if I didn't really cover much about the new mod, the golden tier something like that, because I have another project that I participated in Hoyoverse, especially in Genshin. And yeah, I a little bit busy with that, so I cannot really focus in that and do much testing. I only do a little bit testing, so I'm sorry if I'm not really covered that much in there. But yeah, in the end, I appreciate if you like this video, feel free to hit the button and like, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.